All right. Let's get this party started, shall we? Right. Gotta share this. Gotta put on here, put on the camera, and we can get started. Good morning, Omar, Ivano, Tom, Dr. Serena, Randy, Timothy, CJ, Pat, Glenn, Jill, Omar, JB, Wade, Richard, Dennis, Flying Ronan, John, Jesse, Roddy, Chris. Good morning and happy holidays. Thanksgiving was fantastic. T-Buzz was here yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Him and Paula, his wife, was here. We had a really good time. Oh, there we go. Let me turn on the light a little bit. There we go. There we go. Hope everybody had a great holiday. We got Omar, JB, Wade, Richard, Dennis, Flying Ronan, John, Jesse, Roddy, Chris, Darren, Thomas, Ali's in the house. Ricky, good morning. We had a great Thanksgiving here yesterday. Ben, David, Michael, Charlie, Duzzy, Eagle Beagle, Penny, Kirk, Wilford, Brian. Ooh, 5 a.m. from Seattle, Brian. That's tough. Good morning, Howard. I am expecting a lighter crowd today. I would be shocked if we had anywhere near 500 today because it's a holiday. Hey, Ray, how are you? And by the way, I will not be in the VIP room today. The VIP room is going to be dark, but I will have a class at 1 o'clock. It's a Black Friday class. It's going to be an amazing class. I haven't done this one in a while. I hope you guys all can make it. It's going to be at 1 p.m. today. Here's the link for that. Okay. Look at that, Dr. Serena. Isn't that great? Love it. Love it. Love having my actuary here. And if anybody wants my email address, it's roger@rogerscott.com. Please. Anything relating to customer service should go to Cam and Gustavo, the Cam and Gustavo show. And I believe they are off today. I'm doing this simply because of the fact that I really love the markets and I love being here. And I don't really consider this much of a job for me. Don't tell that to people I work with, but I do love being here. And I think most of you guys know that. And I think that's the difference between being a real guru and a fake guru. You really do love what you do. Hey, Colleen. Hey, Scampy. Hey, Eagle Beagle. Cam, you are here. Hey, look at that. Are you guys working today? Or are you guys off today? Hey, Manuel, Gustavo, Cam, are you guys no customer service live today? See, now you see, look at Cam. He doesn't have to be here today, but he is here today. Why? Because he really loves this. You should be able to tell the difference between people who really love this and people who are just doing this. Let me just put my fan on me. It's a little hot here today. It was supposed to start cooling off today, but it hasn't happened yet. Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right, let's talk a lot about the markets. We got a lot to talk about. Henry, Frey, Jonah. And again, I don't want to go hot and heavy today because it's holiday. So I'm going to just take it easy with you guys, not push you guys into any major direction. But again, VIP, very special bonus. You could say $500 today. This is not going to involve Kane. This is just me, myself, and I. This is something completely different than what we've been broadcasting for the last several weeks. And join us today. It'll be a very special Black Friday sale today. Black Friday. Join us today at 1 p.m. Thank you, Jill. Same to you. Okay. So let's talk about market action. We got what? We got about 173 people here. I figured that today would be kind of light, but it is what it is. Hey, Gustavo, good morning. You're here too. Look at this. You guys don't have to work and you're here. This is amazing. Look at how dedicated these guys are. Hats off to Gustavo and Cam. It's holiday. They don't have to be here and they're here. See, I love that. Gustavo, I hope you gave your Dobie a couple of nice little snacks yesterday for Thanksgiving, right? And you're right. Thank God it's Friday. 26 degrees in the Ozarks. Ooh, but it must be beautiful. Hey, Carlos. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you had some great turkey. I hope everybody had some great turkey, and most importantly, I hope you guys all stayed out of trouble. I actually took advantage. So people were asking me what I did yesterday. I actually took advantage of the holiday, and I bought my daughter a new laptop. So she's happy. My daughter Michelle, she's had the same laptop for years. So if you guys are looking for a deal, the time to this is definitely the time to take advantage of it. We're going to have some really great sales over the next couple of days. Okay. All right, let's begin. Let's begin. So, as you can see here, NASDAQ is up pretty good. Dow's up pretty good. A lot of folks are asking me what the typical movement is on Thanksgiving. And typically, and I'm going to be very honest with you, typically Thanksgiving is the day after Thanksgiving is a fairly good day for the market. The problem is, Dr. Serena, is that Monday, the day after the holidays, we tend to reverse much of what we gain on Friday. So typically, we don't see a huge. So typically, we see a nice little bump going into the holiday, but then the next week we tend to erase much of that pump. So do I know for a fact we're going to sell off on Monday or Tuesday? I have absolutely no idea. And a lot of it has to do with the kind of sales reports we're going to be getting from the major companies. Okay. Ooh, my goodness, Wyoming. Wow. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Ralph. Just stopped out shares. Twilio paid to listen every doing listen, even doing shares. Absolutely. Gustavo, he has a gooseneck sweater on. Oh my, you got. I was going to say you got to post that, Gustavo. How can you not post that? You got to post that. Good, Kriya, good. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Cam and Gustavo. You can't go wrong with Cam and Gustavo. You know what I was doing yesterday while I wasn't shopping? I was reviewing the 3-8 crossover to show you how valuable. I know Cam loves the 3-8 crossover. I was actually looking at it yesterday and doing some back testing with it and having some really good results, actually. So please, it pays to listen to what these guys are doing. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. We have 214 people here, which is actually really good. Put the like button. Hopefully, we'll get more folks coming in here because of the natural propensity of Google. All right. So the NASDAQ is up. The Dow's up. I'm not expecting a lot of back and forth today. You're going to be really competing against algos and mostly algos today. There's just not going to be a lot of stuff going around. Okay. Please don't go making big bets. And also understand that over the next 2 days, there may be a lot of this stuff taken off. Ooh, 33 degrees in Nevada. What about you, Cam? How's it in New Mexico? Curious how New Mexico is. So let's look at commodities. Well, crude oil is doing nothing. Remember what I said? It's going to be very tough to get above this level and below this level. So very little for crude oil. And by the way, for those of you who have a trouble analyzing bar charts or looking at these bars and making heads or tails of it, use these indicators, the 50-day moving average, the 8-day moving average, use them as your tool. Have you noticed something interesting right now? For you, 8 a.m. session this morning, and hope everybody had a beautiful. Ooh, Virginia, 31 degrees. That's very nice. I could use a day like that. One day like that. I could use. Ooh, wow. Whew, Eric, 25 degrees. My wife is going to skiing for a second of the year. She's going to get some cold weather. So as I was saying, if you're not good at reading price action, notice something. Notice the moving average is smack in the middle of price action. Usually, when you see the moving average right in the middle of a long term price action like this, you could tell the market isn't doing anything. If you go back, look what happens. It trends, it's below all the averages. And if you go back further, notice we're above. Anytime we trend, we tend to be above these averages. Anytime we go sideways, you're going to have the 8-day just choppy right here, and you're going to have the 50-day crossing. So if you're not great at analyzing price data, I mean, this is a really good tip for all of you who are beginners. Cam says mid 20s and morning. Nice, very nice. Hey, Angie, happy holidays. I hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing good, Angie. Trades by Brendan. Ooh, Nebraska. Wow. Ooh. All right. So again, for all of you who are not, tech whizzes, notice we have the quarter to date VWAP right in the middle, going through like all the price levels. You have the 50-day moving average going through all the price levels. You have the election VWAP going through all the price levels. You have the 8-day EMA just going back and forth. That will tell you, without you even looking at price, that there's just nothing going on. When all of the moving averages and all the VWAPs just kind of go like this, kind of like all intertwined. I know my visuals are not all that great, but that's what it means, okay? That's what it means. Wow, 36 in Dallas. Wow. Well, we have like 65 degrees here and it's going to be like 78 today. But from what I understand, we're going to have a cooling wave coming our way this weekend. So again, nothing going on with crude oil. There's nothing going on with crude oil. My suggestion would be only to pick crude oil stocks that are trending up or trending down. Otherwise, don't even think about this asset. Bond market. Well, this is great. Bonds have been going up nicely, and even from even from Wednesday to today, we have a nice little gap up. We're now at the 200-day moving average. For the time being, now listen and listen good. Right now, the bonds went from here from 89. This is the TLT. This is a proxy for the long bond, because I'm using this because you guys asked me to, because you can actually trade this asset and it's extremely liquid too. We are now at the 200-day moving average. We are right now at the year-to-date VWAP, and we're at the 50-day moving average. What does that mean, Roger? What it means is we are actually at fair value on the bond market right now based on technical price action. If 19 in Chicago, my goodness. Chicago does get cold. Wow. Ooh. 74 likes. Come on, guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button. We'll get more people here. It'll be more fun with more people here. So my point is, I like what I'm seeing right here. I like this a lot. This is really bullish for the stock market. And you could see while I'm doing this, look at the US dollar. It's coming off, right? Folks are thinking that Trump may be a little softer than he first was with all the tariffs. He had a talk with Mexico yesterday. I don't even know why we have to do this. Wasn't the wall he built supposed to keep all the illegals out? Wasn't that the whole purpose of building the wall? Why do we need to do all these tariffs now? I mean, we paid for the wall. I want to get some use out of that wall, right? I don't hear anybody talking about the wall. Isn't the wall doing some good? I mean, we paid a lot of money for that wall. Nobody asked them that question yet, but I'm going to ask that. I'm going to ask somebody that question. I want to know about the wall, because I'll tell you, these tariffs are not going to be good for us. But the U.S. dollar is going down. The U.S. dollar is now at fair value, at the election fair value, at the election fair value. Now, if the U.S. dollar goes lower, the next is the VWAP, the quarter to date VWAP. So the next, you have a nice air pocket right here. So tool for intimidation. Yeah, well, Eagle Beagle. That's I hear. I know that, but tell that. I want the market to know that. Oh, it was never finished. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, well, I didn't get that. I didn't get that memo. Why wasn't it finished? Why wasn't it finished? We don't talk about that, Angie. Angie, we don't talk about little details like that around here. We right. Is it going to be finished? Like, are they going to, I mean, wasn't that the whole purpose? Why do we have the tariffs? Let them finish. Anyway, what do I know? You could see how much I know about politics. So the next level here is level. Uh, we don't talk about that, Angie. Angie, we don't talk about that, folks. The wall is completely and utterly useless. It serves absolutely no purpose. We have not had any immigrants not coming to USA because of the wall. The number of migrants in the US is an all-time high. The wall did not help us. All right, just wanted to. I hope you guys knew I was joking around with that. Okay, I was being very highly sarcastic. We don't talk about that, Michael. We don't talk about that. I just know that we paid for it. That's all. That's what I do know. All right, so US dollar. I just hope these tariffs will not be bad, because if he implements these tariffs, oh yeah, 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 we're gonna have an international shit show. Oh, and there's no wall. What? No wall manual? What? You kidding me? I thought there was a wall. That wall was the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life. All right. So the next level is right here, 104.35. And I hope you guys know I'm playing around. It's Monday, it's holiday. I'm just messing around. Yes, we know, Marge. We know. Anyway, I just hope we don't have to. I don't care what he has to do. I just hope there's no tariffs because tariffs are going to be very, very bad for global economy. And he knows that. And if he doesn't know that, Kevin Hassett will tell him that. Um, so right here, 104.32. That's the next level, and the next level is the 50-day. Now we have an air pocket here. We have an air pocket here. If we continue filling this air pocket, Treasury notes are going to continue moving higher. We are at a major, major resistance level here, and if we and if the U.S. dollar continues going lower, we can continue we can continue driving this up. But here is the problem. Here is the problem. We are at a very, very strong support area. We have the election support right here. And as I mentioned, we have three resistance areas here. Is a small price good for negotiations? Raise prices, small price to pay for national security. Um, yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Glenn. We'll see. We'll see. I just hope that I don't want these tariffs. These tariffs are going to screw up global economy. That's all I know. So here's the problem. I don't know if we're going to be able to go higher than this. That's the problem because we are at a year-to-date VWAP. We're at the 50-day moving average, and we're at the 200-day moving average. Woo! Look at that. 300 people. 300 people. Post the thumbs up. Post the thumbs up if you're here. Nice, 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 nice. So big, big, big red flag. Why am I telling you this? Because this is really important. Okay. So watch the level here on the TLT because we have three levels of support and resistance here. And the US dollar is right at the VWAP and it looks like it wants to stick to this area. So if the thank you, Gustavo. Thank you. Can't wait to take a look. Actually, let me take a look right now. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, no. Oh, no, Gustavo. Oh, no. Look at that. Oh, what a beautiful dog. Look at that. I'm jealous. I got to show my wife this. That's a great picture, Gustavo. Great pictures. Great picture. All right. So we're having a little problem right here. Again, keep your eye on 105.61 level. If we break this low, there's a higher odds we're going to go lower. And if we break this low, there's a higher odds we're going to be breaking down. But my point here is I want you guys to understand that there's major support areas here. Woo, 34 degrees in Virginia. Wow. Wow. So again, let's keep an eye on these levels. We're at a very interesting point right now. We can either go lower or we can go higher. And I have no idea what we're going to be doing. We have a lot of Fed data next week. We have a lot of Fed data next week. Okay. So again, let me just post a link. I have a brand new class today at 1 p.m. This is nothing to do with Kane's class last week. Join me at 1 p.m. And also, if you have questions, customer service live, which I'll post in a second. All right. So please promise me you're going to watch these levels very closely and you're going to look at the relationship between the US dollar and the TLT over the next couple of days. Because if we break down, that means the country does not believe we're going to have tariffs. If it comes up, then we're going to go hot and heavy on tariffs. Yes, a lot of it has to do with what Donald Trump says in his channel over the next couple of weeks, and I have no idea what he's going to say. Therefore, we just got to keep an eye on these levels very carefully, okay? Promise me you'll keep an eye on TLT and the US dollar, okay? Very important. Gold. Remember what I said about gold? I like how gold is going, and I said the most likely scenario is gold is going to move between the 100-day and the 50-day moving average, and it's going to be pinched. And it's going to be pinched between these two. Now, I'm going to give you a pattern that I really like a lot. Now, I've seen this pattern probably 50,000 times over the last 30 years. A stock breaks down, breaks below the 50-day moving average, hits the 100-day, or sometimes doesn't even hit the 100-day, and just consolidates in a very good tight trend right here for a month or two, and then starts breaking out again and keeps making higher highs. So the channel goes higher, but the stock is wound up in that channel and then breaks above the 50-day. So I'm hoping that that's the kind of channel this is building, because if the US dollar starts coming back up, it's not going to be good for the gold. But if the US dollar comes down, we'll start seeing some more upside. So again, there's an inverse relationship between the US dollar and gold market. But I'm hoping that this will stay and use the 100-day. The 100-day is now support. If we break the 100-day, gold is now going to be, in my opinion, fully done. The high would have been made. Okay. So as far as I'm concerned, unless we can get above the 2780 something level, which I've given you guys already like 3 times, gold is kaput. Just because it's doing this doesn't mean it's going to go up. We can consolidate and break down, and then I can create a channel right here. See that? If we right now, Roger, why are you using this line instead of this line for a bullish trend? Because if we come up here, we can just come right back down and stay within this side of the fence. We need to get above this side of the fence. And I won't know if we're really above this side of the fence till we're at least up here, because we're too close to this line. Does that make sense? Otherwise, I would have just said wait for us to cross above this level, the 2750. But I'm not so sure. There's a lot of support right here, a lot of resistance right here. And if we cross this level, we're still very close to this line. Do you guys understand why I'm not using the 2750 and why I'm using the 2780 level? Because I want more confirmation between going long. What is the US dollar symbol? It's right here. Here, I'll post a link in the chat for you. Joanne, I'll post a link in the chat for you, okay? Here, you can just look it up right there. You can just click that link and it'll take you right there. Look at that. Class A customer service, right? All right, let's continue. So gold is going to be very much dependent on what the US dollar does over the next couple of weeks. And what the US dollar is going to do is going to be very heavily dependent on Trump's dialogue and his communication about the tariffs. And my guess is as good as yours. And I really mean that. My guess is as good as yours. But crude oil, very choppy. Bond market, extremely dependent on the US dollar and what the Fed says next week. The US dollar and the gold market are a lot more related. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth right now. The US dollar and gold have a much tighter negative correlation than they do with the bond market, which means the bond market can actually do its own thing, and we can kind of see this do its own thing. But there is maybe a 60% correlation with TLT versus an 80% inverse correlation between US dollar and the gold market. Capiche? So this kind of has its own little thing going on, because this has a lot of impact from the federal government, while this is being driven by the whole gold and TLT are being driven by inflation, but the US dollar right now and gold are being driven more by this, whether we're going to have inflation. So you have about 30% Fed and about 60%, 70% question mark on this tariffs driving gold and US dollar. What about China? Well, China is, as of this morning, they're kind of flat. I mean, I don't really want to read too deep into this. I mean, what are you going to say? I mean, what is this? Is this a trend? This is just garbage trading action. They're getting up. The reason it's up, allegedly, I don't even know if you want to consider this up, but the reason it's above the 8-day EMA is because they're talking about another round of stimulus. The problem with that theory is we're between the 50-day moving average and the 100-day moving average. The 8-day moving average is here. There is nothing going on right here. There is nothing going on right here at all. But the fact that we're not falling back down all the way is just because they're still saying we're going to give you stimulus. We're going to give you stimulus. We're going to give you stimulus, but they're not giving us anything. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. So, light day today, light day, not a lot of price action, mostly bullish because of what I'll talk about in a few minutes. Crude oil doing its own thing. Now, when something is doing its own thing, that gives you a license to trade the most bullish and the most bearish. What else is doing its own thing? Semiconductors are doing their own thing, right? Or at least they were. Yeah, right here. Look at that 200-day. I warned you, 26, no 265 or nothing. This is garbage trading action. When you see garbage trading action, that means that the asset that's controlling everything is not driving the bus. This is not driving right now. So if you see a chip stock doing this, like Nvidia or like an Nvidia stock, like what was that stock? The one that makes the chips for the iPad. It'll come to me in a few minutes. So you only want to trade stocks that are completely ignoring this price action, and usually there's just a handful. Okay, so if you see a crude oil stock like CSX, for example, what's Chevron's ticker symbol? Chevron, CVX. Look at Chevron, for example. This you could trade because this doesn't look anything like this. Understand? Cuervo, thank you guys. I'm gonna have to use you guys for my for my assistance when I trade. See that? So Cuervo, you could trade this short, right? If you wanted to trade a chip stock, but most chip stocks look like this, so you can't trade them because they look like this. Cuervo doesn't look like this, right? There's a lesson here for you guys. There's a lesson here. Cuervo doesn't look like this, right? Doesn't look like SMH. Nvidia doesn't look like SMH. Although, no, we'll talk about that later. But the point I'm making is you only trade stocks within a sector. If I tell you, like, so if you see a sector that, again, looks like this, if you see a sector that looks like this, the odds are very, very strong that most of the stocks in that sector are going to look like that. Chevron doesn't look like that, right? It already took out that high, that previous high right here. So again, when I tell you don't trade any crude oil stocks or don't trade any chip stocks, that goes for like 95% of the stocks. But if you see a stock that's doing something completely different than every other stock is doing in that sector, that's a good stock to trade because that's relative strength or relative weakness, you see? So just wanted to kind of put that little caveat out there for you, okay? All right, let's talk about the stock market now. Let's look at momentum levels. What are momentum levels doing? Momentum levels, you have a lot of stocks breaking out. You have two, remember we had 500, we had like 475 here. We had 475 and I said we need to cool off. And what did the market do? We're at 201 right now. Isn't that amazing how it works? All right. What does that mean? Does that mean stocks are lower? No, it means that you have to first check to see if RSP is down because RSP has 497 stocks. It's moving up, so it's not moving lower. And then you have to look at MAGS. What's MAGS doing? MAGS is 7 stocks. Ooh, not great. So you could see the broad market's doing hell of a lot better right now than FANG stocks are, right? So this is actually meaningful. Okay. If it was the RSP going down and MAGS staying up, then this would not be meaningful, but it is. Why is that? Because one has 493 stocks, the other one has 7 stocks. And if you guys don't understand what I just said, rewatch the tape. Post the like, guys. Got 344 people here on a holiday. It's pretty good. And we're only about halfway done. So momentum to the upside's good. There's no momentum to the downside, which gives us a more bias to the upside than the downside, obviously. Okay. Obviously. Okay. With that said, what about volatility? Well, volatility's still at the low. So we have a nice bull run. We have good momentum to the upside and volatility is near the low. There's nothing stopping us now. Well, let's take a look at that. Let's look at momentum levels. How are momentum levels looking? Look at that. We have 65%. We're at the highest level since we've been last month, 54. We're at 65. Even this is looking better. So markets are getting stronger. Do you guys know why? Because small caps are getting higher. Okay. Small caps are getting higher. What about performance? Let's take a look at sectors. S&P's got 75 and 69, very strong. No problem there. The only sector that's not cooperating is basic materials because of tariffs, tariffs, tariffs. And no, we don't know if he's using it for negotiation or not. The market isn't that smart. The market takes everything at fair value. All right. Remember, Russell was really lagging off. Now it's above 68, and this is at 65. Nasdaq Composite still vulnerable, still below 70%, still below 70%. Dow's looking great. Russell 2000 still below 70%. So you still have some vulnerability in the small caps, and you still have some vulnerability in the Nasdaq. What about sectors? Remember, I told you last week, interest rate sensitive blue chips technology. Let's see how we're looking right now. Is this helpful to you guys? Is this helpful to you guys? Wayne says, do you have a challenge with us attempting to visit or contacting others in our geographic area? I don't have any problem with you doing whatever you want, Wayne. It's it's a free party. What I don't want is people advertising or selling anything or giving crazy opinions about what they think works. That's what I don't want. You guys want to socialize. God bless you. Don't blame me for if you have 500 people calling you. Good, 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 good. Remember, I'm gonna have a brand new live class, a Black Friday class where you guys can save an extra $500 today. I'll be there for you. 1 p.m., number one stock, Black Friday, a gift for you valued at $500. And don't forget, customer service live. They're closed today, but they're open almost every day. If this is helpful, hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. All right, let's continue. So let's take a look at where we're at right now. Interest rates, retail, home builders, Russell, mid caps, real estate, financial. I would say this is about as interest rate can get. Interest rate sensitive stocks are moving higher. Interest rate sensitive stocks are moving higher. Blue chips are following that. And technology is doing everything possible to try to get in on it. Look, consumer discretionary, look, communication services, QQQ technology, we're off the lows, but semiconductors are still here. If we have good earnings next week, technology uh, may take over the blue chips. It's trying to take over the blue chips right now. It's trying to. It's not succeeding because of chips, but we are seeing technology wanting to take over. Bitcoin is not look at a few days ago. Look at Bitcoin. Look at here. You'll see what I'm talking about. Consumer discretionary technology, healthcare, and then that's last Friday. Now, as of last Wednesday, clearly interest rate sensitive stocks, the short-term rates are going lower. Blue chips technology, for the market to really skyrocket, we need to see technology come up here. It's trying to. Look, communication is now here. See, look, communication was down here. Technology, semiconductors. Now technology is still up here a few days ago. Technology, Invesco, communication, QQQ, higher. So again, keep an eye. I'm still convinced that interest rate sensitive are going to lead. but because we have rate drop coming pretty soon, in my opinion. But I don't know if blue chips are going to fall down at the expense of technology stocks. In order for us to really start seeing that, we got to see semiconductors come up. And if you look at semiconductors right now, I know. It's a shock, right? It's a shock. Nobody expected this. We all expected semiconductors to go above 265, right? We're at the 200-day moving average. So I'm not really, and look, I mean, look at this. There's nothing going on here. There is nothing going on here. Well, there could be something going on here if we break the 200, but right now there's just nothing going on with semiconductors, which means that you should only be looking at a handful of semiconductor stocks. With that said, cryptos look like they've bottomed out. Let me show you. Cryptos looks like they bottomed out and starting to come up. Remember that coin trade I gave you in the VIP in the pit on Friday, the bonus trade? The reason for that was because I thought Bitcoin has bottomed out. Here, let me see something here. Let's see, BTC went below the 8-day EMA, went right above the 8-day EMA on Friday. Do you remember me giving you that coin trade, the debit spread and coin in the pit? I gave it to you because Bitcoin went above the 8-day EMA on I keep saying Friday, on Wednesday. I keep thinking today's Monday, on Wednesday. This is why I gave you that trade, in case you're curious. Did anybody take the coin trade, the debit spread that I gave you in coin on Friday in the pit? Let me know if you guys took the coin trade in the pit. All right. Yes. Good. Alan did. Good. Good, good, good. All right, let's put everything together now. Let's put everything together now. Jill did. Good. And I know you guys made money on it. Treasury yields fell after cash trading resumed following Thanksgiving. That's good for the stock market. Carlos did. Had one already. Good. Nice. Good. 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 I'm glad you guys took that trade. Good. I'm glad you guys took that trade. The pit is great. I love the pit. Markets will be closed at 1 today. That means it's a fragmented day. Tech really slid off on Wednesday, but it didn't seem like it. I mean, if you look at QQQ, even though we had really nasty numbers, we barely slid down. We went down and then just hit right back up. So I was happy to hear that. Nice, 25%. What was the clue to the BTC bottom? It was because it went right back above the 8-day EMA. I just told you. I literally just told you. It broke down and it went right above the 8-day EMA. And look at the trend. What else do I need? I mean, that's a beautiful pullback V trade right here. Below the 8-day EMA, strong trend, back above the 8-day EMA. I'm literally showing you exactly what it was, and I always do. It's an A line, guys. How about that? BTC gave us an A line setup, so I went long coin debit spread, and folks made 25% in the pit on Friday. Let's continue now. All right. Let's continue. It was right here. Hey, do you guys want me to cover cryptos more? Bitcoin? Do you guys want me to cover Bitcoin more? I don't really cover it very much, but I'm thinking that I'm going to start covering it a lot more. Let me know if that's something you're interested in or not. Just say yes or no in the chat. Yes means you're interested in Bitcoin. No means you're not really interested in me covering Bitcoin on a daily basis. So let me know, because maybe what I'll do is, you know how I'm covering Bitcoin? Maybe I'll cover it with the commodities before we get into the stock market. So Dave says no, Jill says yes, Carmen says yes, Duzzy says not really. Interesting. Maybe I'll do a survey in the VIP room. And I don't mean go crazy. I mean just, kind of like what we did right now. Well, so far there's a lot more yeses than no. All right. Okay. So the answer, guys who said no, look at how many yeses we have. We have a lot more yeses than nos. It looks like the yeses. By the way, me personally, I'm with you, no, guys. But you see what people are saying? People want it. I'm on the no myself, but it's hard to avoid it now. Please cover cryptos more. Not cryptos, just Bitcoin. Just Bitcoin. I'm not going to cover cryptos, just Bitcoin. Just Bitcoin. Just Bitcoin. Just Bitcoin. That's it. Just Bitcoin. Not cryptos, Bitcoin. All right. Okay. Well, most people said yes. I'll do a survey in the VIP room, and then we can have a clear cut answer. Okay. So let's consider. So we had some really nasty news on earnings on Friday, and I mean on Wednesday, and I'll tell you the QQQ held on pretty well. Only BTC. I'm only talking about BTC. Wednesday Fed data was on par. Jobless claims was on par. There's a 66% chance they're going to lower rates. I think this should be 300% chance, but they're not going to listen to me. Now, here's the reason why the stock market is bullish today. Okay. Yeah, just for a minute. I'm talking about just like I did right now, like adding it to the like adding it to the US dollar and TLT like this. Like, hey guys, BTC this right here. Just covering BTC for 1 minute. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not talking about going extensive. Like, hey, BTC is doing this. If you have a crypto, you should trade. That's all I'm talking about. No VIP room today. No VIP room today. Yeah, it gives you clues on crypto stocks like Monster and Coin. Again, it's your call. You could send me an email. You can tell me your reasoning. It's just something I'm thinking of doing because a lot of people, as you could see here, are interested. So holiday shopping kicks off robustly. This is really good. This is really good till Monday. Consumer spending nearly 10% more online this holiday season, according to e-commerce site compiled by Adobe. During the first 24 days of the holiday season starting November 1st, consumers spent 774 billion online, making it a 9% plus increase. This is really great. This is really great. This is going to give us a nice tailwind today. Well, we're trading a lot more. You see, folks, let me explain. I'm not a crypto. I'm not. I don't trade cryptos, but I trade stocks like MSTR, Coin, and those stocks derive their movement from crypto, not the S&P 500. So it's kind of unfair for me not to talk about Bitcoin if I do that. And again, I'm not a crypto expert, but I am a technical analyst and it's becoming mainstream. So I think it would be important for us to have like a 30-second session on BTC every morning because we trade stocks that are related to it. That's the only reason why. Otherwise, I'll give you MSTR or coin and you won't understand why I'm giving it to you. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Maybe I should have explained it like that. So I'm only talking about BTC for like 30 seconds in the morning so we have a better gauge of whether we want to trade stocks like MSTR, Coinbase. Do you guys understand? That's all I'm saying. Please, I'm not trying to like change the trajectory of anything. Uh be, exactly. That's what I'm saying, okay? So I'm only talking about BTC for about 30 seconds or a minute in the morning as it relates to MSTR, Coinbase, and a bunch of other crypto stocks. Okay, good, 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 good. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to like pull a fast one on anybody. I'm not going to be a crypto trader only insofar as it impacts stocks. There's a link for the 1 o'clock session. And remember, Black Friday, $500 off. Yeah, like what Nathan just said, Monster Coin, those are impacted by BTC. So I figured it would exactly. Only in so much as it impacts other stocks that we trade. I'll be doing the BTC analysis for purposes of helping you trade stocks like MSTR, Coinbase. All right, so everybody's happy. All right, good. We have a plan. Only, and if I talk about it more than I need to, just tell me and I'll move on, okay? So this is good for the market today. Europe is flat. They're looking at US right now. They're completely flat. They're keying off of US. There's not much there. Let's see here. Index was heading for a monthly loss as a factor such as the potential for Europe to become a US tariffs target and France's political woes, which I don't even know about. I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't even know about France's political woes. I don't go that deep. I only want to know the headline. I only want to know if it's going to help us or hurt us, US markets. I don't go too deep. All right, thank you guys. So we have only BTC and only insofar as it impacts Coinbase and Monster and other crypto related stocks that we trade. I don't trade cryptos. I only trade stocks. So this will help us trade Monster and Coin. Like if I told you guys on Wednesday that this was above the 8-day EMA, we could have had a free trade on Coin and the rest of you could have made 25%, not just people in my VIP room. I'm only trying to help you. I'm not doing this for my own edification. I'm only trying to help you. How many thumb ups do we have? Let's see. We have 165 thumbs up. We have 382 people here. Not bad. No, I won't get to work late. No, and today I'm not going to work, so I don't have to worry about getting anywhere late. China closed higher. This is China closing higher. Let me show you. This is China closing higher, if you want to call it closing higher. Now, reading what I read to you just now and looking at the chart, it's like we're looking at two different things. This is China higher. Does this look like it's higher? This is the top 50 Chinese stocks. This is why it helps to look at this and not just reading this. When you read this, you think something is going on with China. China closed higher amid speculation that Beijing will announce additional stimulus measures. This is them trading higher, guys, on stimulus measures. I call it monster, Dave, because of the ticker symbol. This is what they call trading higher, okay? Do you call this trading higher? I wouldn't even, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Japan, they're going to raise their rates again. Uh, Eagle Beagle, how long have we been talking about them raising rates? Strength amid rising expectations, the Bank of Japan will increase interest rates hotter than expected. Inflation data, auto and machinery stocks led the decline. And they don't have a lot of cross contamination with USA because Trump is only talking about Canada. And I don't really know why he's talking about Canada, but whatever. But Mexico and China, those are Canada, Mexico, and China. And again, I don't know why he's talking about Canada. I don't know what Canada's ever done to him. Cryptocurrency exposed stocks. This is why I wanted to talk about BTC today. Are moving higher with price of Bitcoin up 1%. MicroStrategy, Monster, I called the ticker symbol Monster, is up over 4%, and Mara is up over 2%, and Bit Digital is up over 4%. All right. So again, this is why I'm talking about it. We don't have anything happening today. We're trading today based on global economy, and this is the catalyst for today. Let me show you. This is the catalyst for today, right here. Everybody loves the shopping season. Yeah, leave Canada alone. Like, I don't know what Canada's done to. I don't know. I was asking somebody yesterday, a real big economist. I'm like, what? And I was also talking to T-Buzz. I was like, what's up with Canada? We were both like, just part of the agreement. He just wants to be politically correct. But I don't know why he's so hard up on Canada. Canada hasn't really been causing any trouble to the U.S. and their prices have been fairly steady. Maybe he wants to raise Molson Golden price for Moosehead. Yeah, leave Canada alone. Uh, leave Canada alone. All right. Let's talk about stocks. I already talked about volatility. Volatility is looking good. The level you need to watch for is 15 here. Semiconductors are doing nothing today. They're up 0.52. If you look at semiconductors, you will see that there's a major resistance right here. There's the 8-day and there's the 240, the 100-day moving average. You have a lot of support. I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of resistance above semiconductors. 5. 8-day, 100-day, election VWAP, 50-day moving average, quarter-to-date VWAP. Roger, why do you use the 8-day EMA instead of the 5-day simple moving average? Because the 8-day EMA puts more weight to forward-looking data, but it also at the same time simulates the 5-day moving average. Why does everything bounce off the 8-day EMA? Because there's a VWAP somewhere at the 5-day low that institutions use. And instead of me using the 5-day SMA, I'm using the 8-day EMA. Now, what I just told you in the last 15 seconds was extremely important. And I hope you all are going to rewind the tape and listen to it. Sometimes I like to sneak in little pieces of wisdom for you when you're not listening and paying attention so that you rewind the tape and listen to it again. I just gave you a gold mine right now. But I bet 50% of you did not even hear what I said. Gonna have to rewind the tape for that one. All right. SPY. I just answered the question of why I don't use the 5-day simple moving average and why I use the 8-day EMA and the value of using the 8-day EMA and why the VWAPs are around that levels and why we hit off of these levels all the time right here. But I'm sure you're not all that interested in it. It's not that important. I'm rewarding you for being here today, for being here on a holiday. I'm giving you some red meat right now. I've never said what I said before to anyone else. It's the first time I've ever said it. I want you to listen to the tape very carefully. All right, SPY. We're keying off of the 8-day EMA, and I just explained to you why we're keying off of the 8-day EMA, and I hope you all had an aha moment just now. Cam, did you listen to why I said I used the 8-day EMA? I just gave you guys so much value, but you got to rewind the tape. I said it very quickly on purpose. So the point of support is the point of support right here is the 8-day EMA. That's your support, 8-day EMA. And then you have the election VWAP, which we're trading above right now. QQQ. Good. In case you're wondering why I use the 8-day EMA instead of the 5-day SMA, I answered that question for you. Invesco. Now here we have something a little tricky. We're sitting right now at the election VWAP. We are right now at fair value based on the election at the 8-day EMA. The question is, are we going to go higher or are we going to go lower? The next major support here is if we break the 8-day EMA is right here. This low right here. This area right here. 494. And then you have the 50-day moving average. And then you have the quarter-to-date VWAP. If we break this level right here, the 512 level, there's a good chance we're going to make a higher high. There's a good chance today we'll take out the 508 level. If we don't and we start falling down, you have a support at 502, but the next support, the major support is right here at 497. If we hit 497, we have two areas of support to hold us down here. Good. I just gave you guys a tip that's probably worth $5,000 to $10,000 on a good day. The question is, why do I use the 8-day EMA instead of the 5-day SMA? Answer that question for yourself. That's worth a lot of money. Listen to that little section, that little wrinkle. I give people wrinkles very, very carefully sometimes, just when they think I'm not saying something important. I'll give you like a real doozy. Yes, two main reasons. Remember that. Okay? So be careful here. We're at a very, very interesting point on the QQQ. And as I told you before, we have a lot of vulnerability on the QQQ right here, right? We have a lot of vulnerability. We're still below 70th percentile. So this can easily be the red. This is the red flag. Semiconductors and QQQ are the red flag. Do you remember on Wednesday I said the big wrinkle is going to be technology today? And what did technology do? It took us down and the market couldn't rally as a result till we started going up on technology towards the second half of the day. So the big wrinkle today, the big question mark is going to be this. Why? Because if you look at the SPY, look how smooth the SPY is looking. If you look at the Dow, look how smooth the Dow's looking. All-time highs. If you look at the Russell, look how far away it is from the 8-day EMA. Not all-time high, but very nice, above these lines. But if you look at the QQQ, do you guys see what the red herring today is? What the gum is today? The gumshoe today? This is the gumshoe today. This is the fly in the ointment today, the NASDAQ. the NASDAQ. And when we went here, what was causing the most trouble? Technology, QQQ, semiconductors, and chips. But consumer discretionary starting to move higher, which means if you have a technology stock that's a consumer discretionary stock, which makes 50% of technology stocks, that's not looking bad. But hardcore technology, AI is in the toilet. Remember when it was going up first half of the year, I was going AI. It's not AI, it's just chips. It's just semiconductors. There's no AI. We're 20 years away from all that right here. This is what we need to overcome. This needs to overcome and make the blue chip stocks fragmented down here so we see more of technology and blue chips across here. Whereas right now we see more blue chips here, interest rates, and technology. We need to see technology start moving up here. If technology stays down here, then this is going to go down. And if this goes down, you guys know what that means for the S&P 500, right? This is the red herring today. This is the fly in the ointment today, okay? Capiche? Now you have a good understanding of the dynamics of the market. Now you know, now you're not just hearing the music from the Beatles. You now know their names. You know what instruments they play. You know that Paul McCartney was drunk last night and was hungover, and you're going to a concert today, and you know that he's probably not going to be 100% on unless he takes some real hard drugs, and I don't want to go there. Too much speculation. Too much. Do you guys understand what I'm doing? I know I'm giving you a stupid example, but do you guys understand what I'm saying? Hit the thumbs up button. I'm giving you guys real value today, and I'm really relaxed because the market's going to be like halfway through, and I don't have to go to work today. All right, now let me give you stocks. Now that you have the big picture, now that you have the big picture, now that you understand everything that's involved. So let's kind of put everything together before I give you the stocks, okay? Let's kind of just summarize everything we've talked about today. The broad market is still very strong. We have very good momentum. The big fly in the fly in the ointment is going to be tech stocks. All tech stocks? No, more so hardcore tech stocks than consumer tech stocks, which means Apple, Amazon, those are consumer tech stocks. Meta, those are consumer tech stocks. Netflix, those are consumer tech stocks versus the hard chips, the hard technology, the hard software stocks, which did, by the way, very bad on earnings. They're not doing well. They're not doing well. Can somebody give me a ticker symbol for an ETF that deals with software, that only deals with software? I don't have one off the top of my head. Can somebody give me a ETF that deals with softwares? Yes, we found that mags, hold on. I spent a little extra time with you guys today. That mags are not really driving the market all that much, which means we don't have a lot of tailwind, whereas RSP, the equal weighted stocks, are driving the market. There's a lot less technology in these stocks than there are in the seven FANG stocks, because we know the seven FANG stocks are predominantly technology stocks. So we clearly see that there's a potential red flag with semiconductors, hard tech, QQQ, communication services, but not as much with consumer discretionary, right? TXM, let me try it. I don't know. I'm flying blind here. No, that's Russell 2000. No. TXM is not a ticker symbol. No. I need an ETF. An ETF. Here we go. Let's see. Thank you for that. Thank you. See that? Not looking nearly as great as all of those other stocks, but kind of right at the 8-day EMA. So it can go either way. So when we look at this and the QQQ, you see how we're dissecting. Flat. So you have semiconductors, you have software trying to rally, but having a hard time because they had the crappiest earnings Tuesday and Wednesday. Chip stocks are in the toilet. The consumer discretionary are starting to go up. We have the NASDAQ being thrown. Thank you for that, by the way. I appreciate it. No. IGV was perfect. IGV was perfect. Thank you. See, I can't do this all by myself. I need you guys to help me. Thank you. And let's just see the one that Eagle Beagle put in here. Next generation software. Yeah, see that? Thank you. At the 8 day, not really trending right now, not really causing anything crazy. So as I go through the stocks, I want you guys to pay attention to this. Okay. Let's do the short side first. Okay. KSS, retailer. Now, this is a retailer and it can't get it up at all. Look at this. I mean, look at this. And you really want to go for only like the weakest of the weakest to the short side right now, which is what I'm giving you. Sorry that I'm taking a little too much time, but I thought this was pretty cool what we're doing here. XP, SLBK, these stocks, these carriers, they're gonna suck it till this Adam, the carrier, till Trump tells us that he's just bluffing, and I don't know that he is, but till he tells us that, all of these carriers, these shipment carriers and basic materials are going to be in the gutter. So you could take advantage of that. And again, they're assuming that what he's saying is true. The market is not second guessing him right now. Okay. Yes, TTE, ASC. Ooh, what a stinker, right? I've been talking about this stock for as long as anybody would listen to me. The spreads are really wide. Remember, I was telling you that Mexico's going to be in the toilet because of the tariffs? I've been talking about it here, and I've been talking about it here, and I've been talking about it here, and I'm still talking about it every single day. And what has it been doing? How many times have I, guys, how many times have I given you this stock? 40, 50, maybe 100 times? No, no, I'm not being sarcastic either. Okay, a couple of potential A lines. By the way, our A line win rate is still at 100%. Our stealth surge are at 100%, 23 trades in a row. And today, I'm going to be giving you a very cool Black Friday gift that'll save you $500. I'll be there by myself at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. My number one stock that I'm targeting for extra cash, and you'll be able to save $100, $500. Don't miss it. It's going to be at noon today, at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Here's the Trading Pub help link. All right, let's continue. CNC, another potential short to the downside. Remember, these have to break down. Just because it's here doesn't mean anything. We want it to break down. A lines, you want to see a breakdown first. And Caesar. I haven't had Caesar on my list in a long time. This has to break down first. They have to break down. These A lines are not ready to go. They have to break down first. Okay. Bye, Rice. See you later and have a fantastic day. For anybody who's still here, let's continue. Let's do the long side now. JBT. Let me show you one of the reasons why I really like this stock. Look at volume. You see price going up? You see volume going up? It's a very nice thing. Okay, let's continue. KLG. I want to put a volume. Well, forget it. Nice trend. You obviously don't want to buy into this strength, but it's still very, very strong. PTLR, Palantir. I know this is the first time we're talking about it. We've never talked about Palantir before. AJG Insurance Company. And I do like insurance stocks. Right? I like financial stocks right now. Please wait for a little pullback, but I love the stock right now. I like Visa right now. I like the financials. I like the financials. Speaking of financials, where are they in the chain of things? Right here in the upper quadrant, right? You got the interest rate sensitivity and you got the blue chips. Visa, I like, although I wouldn't be buying it right here, but I like Visa. I like Travelers. No customer service today, guys. No customer service live. But I really appreciate all of you guys being here today. Landbridge Company. Let me see how volume is on this. Volume. Volume. Look at volume. Volume is coming up. Okay. Disney, moving nicely. Flywheel. Look at the 50-day moving average on volume. You see the 50-day moving average is going up? That's what you want to see. You don't want to see this. You want to see volume. Okay. Let me templates. 1 second. Okay. Do you see this line increasing or decreasing? Do you see volume increasing or decreasing? Do you see this getting higher? See, I told you I'd give you guys a special session today where I don't have to rush. Anybody who's here is getting their money's worth today. How's the stock? Is it going up? Is it running away? No, but what about volume? What's volume doing? What's volume doing here? Is volume declining or is volume increasing? Hmm. Hmm. Is volume declining? No, look at that. It's not really increasing, but it's not declining either. We had a nice day on Friday. We had a nice day when it tried to break the 8-day. CBRE. And not all of them are going to have high volume, but I like the ones that where volume is getting higher. Look at this line. Is this line getting higher or lower? The moving average, the 50-day moving average, is it getting higher or lower? Slightly on every one of these, the 50-day moving average is increasing. The 50-day moving average is increasing. Price is going higher. Volume is supporting it. Okay. WTW. What's this doing? What's volume doing here? The line. I'm only looking at this blue line. What's the line doing? Slightly increasing as price is going higher. Yes, they all show volume is moving higher, higher. Volume is moving higher. It's supporting price. Okay. You should be looking at volume and you should be looking at this increasing when you're doing yours. It'll help you weed through these stocks. Was today's session helpful? Was today's session helpful? Is today's session helpful to you guys? Tell me. Did I give you a little perspective? Volume, volume, volume. All right. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to be a little slow to respond today. Please send me an email. I hope you guys had a great time. Post some nice testimonials, post some thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on Monday. I'll see you guys at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Bye, everybody. Take care, and don't forget this little detail that without volume, this doesn't move. Okay? Bye, guys. Have a great day. Love you all. Thank you for being here. Gustavo, I love the doggy. I love the doggy. You should post more often. Bye, guys. Have a great day. I got to get a new camera at work. Look at this camera.